Typical case study where the energy trading company unit, which had some power manufacturing mechanism and plants in one place, was taken over by another MNC company, and they were trying to integrate all those operations at one place. Out of which energy trading, why they focused on energy trading was that instead of one company looking at the energy trading and manufacturing both, they were trying to consolidate line of business as energy trading, so that instead of 5 plants or 6 plants this company had, they can converge with all plants so that all energy trading can be together. So even manufacturing, even a particular plant is manufacturing less or more, they can always check with other plants and then transfer that energy from one place to another, and then do the energy trading in a more effective way. That was their idea. Now in energy trading, like our stock exchange trading, in energy trading the difference is that when you trade and when you deliver, you don't have time, you have to consume. Because energy is generated and it is consumed, it cannot be stored. So based on your decisions, whether to stop the plant, whether to increase the production, decrease the production, whether to divert into a non-conventional energy mode, all those decisions depend on this trading and as well as consumption forecast. So these were the basic challenges which they face, because it has to be real time. If a trading imbalance position is created, then they have to take a decision whether to reduce the production or whether to increase the production. If a particular grid operator has to place in a demand for a certain energy and suddenly he changes that demand, increases or decreases, then again they face the challenges. So for that they keep on looking at the trends happening online in real time, and if there are trades coming in, so they go on the exchange and keep on doing trading. So that was the scenario. So naturally, if I am doing an excessive trading or less trading, then there is a risk associated with that, for which they had an application and they were trying to bring it together. Obviously, considering all these factors, this application has to interface with all other applications like consumption application, your financial application, forecasting application, netting applications, and all these interfaces has to be monitored continuously. And that was their real challenge. And now these interfaces, if you see these applications, these are working in silos. So the interfaces has to be built in manually. There was no automated or seamless integration like current applications are providing. So that was of course an old application. Subsequently they migrated to another application which is more robust and seamless. That was the case actually. So in that particular engagement, my role basically was to find out what are the existing problems and how the best security can be implemented when they are consolidating all these applications together. When they are consolidating, they needed to implement certain controls from the security perspective, that who should have access to what level of data and whether those controls can be effective without hampering the production. So based on that, we defined those controls. We gave them the access control matrix, we gave them the changes in the control required, we gave them the roadmap for how the network should be integrated and what kind of applications interfaces they should build in, so that it was a seamless kind of a thing with a minimum interruption due to security. If you look at the risk management, there are 3 basic types of risk we pursue: the credit risk, business risk, and the operational risk. Now, credit risk and business risk in any organization, particularly BFSI sector, be it a bank or be it a stock exchange, they are well matured, the frameworks are well developed, and they are managed in real time. Even for NSE, we have got a mechanism where the applications have been developed and each and every order and trades are monitored online continuously. Same thing is happening with the membership related data. It means same thing happens with the clearing and settlements and all those things. So those risks are already matured. As far as operational risk are concerned, the majority operations are handled by the IT. So 90% of the operational risk are coming from IT. And for managing the IT related risk, so far we are using a framework which is developed based on the impact and likelihood of the risk associated. And we use the Delphi technique to understand the mechanism, and to simplify that, what we have done is we have assigned a monetary value to each identified risk, depending on how that risk will be perceived. For example, a likelihood will be maybe once in a day, once in a week, once in a month, once in a year, once in a 2 year, once in a 5 year. And for each risk we assign an impact value, monetary value. Similarly for the impact could be a small impact, nothing, small adjustments to the disaster, again for which we are assigning some monetary value. And then we explain those distinguishing factors to each contributing member and ask them, what is their view? And based on the Delphi technique, we take their input and average it out to the appropriate level, so that we get the impact and likelihood at a right level. So because of the simplification, it becomes easier to assess that risk, and quickly it is done. Now, based on the level of the risk, we take a decision whether it should be mitigated or not. If it is to be mitigated, we put in controls in place, or if it is a low risk, we keep on accepting and monitoring it. That's all.